one of the books that I read said that you can picture neural pathways like taking a piece of cheese, a big chunk of cheese, and dropping a hot marble through it, and you can kind of picture how neural pathways work. And what I learned is that the more you think about something, the wider the neural pathway gets. You can, if you know, we're all like, most prophetic people are real visionaries. So, in other words, if I think something's going to go wrong, think about it like I'm walking through this jungle and I walk down a path, kind of clearing the brush away. And next time you think that thought, it becomes a little wider and a little wider and a little wider until pretty soon it's a highway. And so every time you think a thought, it sounds like I'm misquoting this, but every time you think a thought, the easier it is to think that thought again. Are you following me? And so these become neural pathways. And what we learned is that Donald Miller taught us, he was here, he taught us that let me see if I think I wrote it down. Your brain is wired to use the least amount of energy possible to come to a conclusion. Let me say that again. Your brain is wired to use the least amount of energy possible to come to a conclusion. So what happens when we think, when we have a thought, is that thought travels on a highway. And just like you and I typically do, if I'm going to go to Costco, I'm going to go, most often, I'm going to take the shortest path. There's 50 ways I can get there in Reading, but I'm typically going to take the road that gets there the quickest. Your thoughts travel like that also. And again, the more you think about a thought, the wider the path becomes. Are you following me? So if you think something's about to go wrong, and you know, your daughter's, in my first example, my daughter's late from school. Oh gosh, I wonder if she got kidnapped. I wonder, as I think those thoughts, I'm actually widening the path to think the thought again. And thus I think thoughts that actually eventually create a mindset. What is a mindset? It's freeways to certain ways of thinking. Okay, so what is happening when I don't be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind? What does it actually mean to renew your mind organically? It means I'm building new neural pathways.